Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Please continue to pray for me by singing along with me, gesturing, and leaving a dislike on the on this video. Let's do it again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Let's do it again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right. Unfortunately, my eating disorders have completely backtracked ever since I got all this drama in my life. It all started at the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, I was reflecting on last summer. Last summer, I got a really bad case of long COVID. I was all alone during a heat wave, and it was scary. I felt like I could die. And I realized that I needed to network more with people. And then in December, my grandmother passed away in Taiwan, and I traveled to Taiwan for the funeral. At first, I was upset about having to go to Taiwan because I was having difficulty networking with everybody here in Phoenix, and I realized that I didn't want to take time away from the networking with others. I went to Taiwan. At the funeral, I asked my grandmother to go talk to Mary Curry to have Mary Curry help me with the networking, and it has turned out in a weird way. I have networked with a lot of people, but it's created its own set of dramas. For example, Saturday I went out with one of Eve Curry's descendants, and she was half Polish, and she likes literature. She's writing a novel. But as I dropped her off at her home, she lives with her mom. She didn't want me to get too close to the home because she said her mom was sensitive about the condition of the home. And that confused me. I didn't want to let her know I was confused, but I took it really hard. And there went my good eating hygiene. And there were a few other situations like that. Nothing terribly upsetting, but I'm not very good. I am autistic. I'm not very good at reading some of these things, and I just assume the worst. Unfortunately, I tried to fast on Sunday to make up for that. And I wanted to return to a healthy eating pattern after that fast. But on Monday, when I tried to break the fast, it was like my body went out of control with the food. And then I got very sick. And then I got dizzy. And and when I got to the classroom, I teach at a community college. It didn't look very good. I got student evaluations coming up, and it's really everything has been completely appended by my recent return to the dating scene. And my good eating hygiene, there goes my good performance reviews, there goes everything else, my good sleep hygiene, everything out the window. And unfortunately, if I didn't do this, I'd be in a mess this summer when I get COVID-19 during the heat wave. It's really a no-win situation, and it really goes to show how tough life is, right? You try to solve one problem. It's kind of like a Rubik's cube, right? You try to solve one side, the other sides go haywire. And I learned that sometimes I'm not selfish enough. Like at my previous jobs, I often filled in for other colleagues. I didn't think about all of these other dramas that I have in my life. Right. So fortunately, we don't have that kind of policy here. But here at GCC, if my colleague were to try to ask me to donate my vacation time, God no, I got enough problems as it is. I got to think about when to visit some of these people that I'm networking with, and then I got to take time for myself. I really could use a couple of days off to reset my eating habits. God no, right? In the past, I really didn't think about that. Right. I thought we were all working as a team, but it kind of backfired on me. Right. All right, please continue to pray for me by singing along, gesturing at your screen, and leaving a dislike on this video. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Let's pray a couple of times to the God of likes as well. Let's do it. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, let's pray a couple of times to the God of shits as well. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum.